Welcome to our Revit Architecture Online Software Training. So this course is designed to equip you with the essential skills to master Revit. Revit is the industry leading software for building information modeling. That's BIM. So whether you're a beginner or you are looking to enhance your existing knowledge, this comprehensive training will guide you through the creating of detailed architectural designs from concept to construction. So now, my name is Aisha and I will be taking you through the course. Let's get started. Once you launch the software, this is what it would look like. I am using Revit 2023 and this is how the interface looks like. By the far left, I have models open. This open means to open an existing Revit model. For instance, these are my existing Revit model. These are the recent ones. So if what I want to open is not here, I would rather go to this open a Revit model file. Then we have the new. This new creates a Revit model file, a new Revit model file, for like what we'll be doing today. So also likewise we have the families. This open an existing Revit family like doors, windows, tables, chairs that you modeled or that you downloaded online. Then we have the new, to create a new Revit family. Now let's go to new. Here it brought a dialog box showing the new project template file. We would be using a metric architectural template because we are using British standard, so we use metric, meters and millimeters, unlike in the US where imperial metric system is imperial system is being used. So we'll be using metric architectural template and we'll select that and create a new project. Yeah, so this is the Revit project interface. These little buttons that you see here are the views, the Revit views. This stands for the north, here for the east, this for the south, while this is for the west. Now by the far left here we have the properties. This is showing floor plan because we are on the level 1, which is the floor plan. So the properties show wherever you select. If you select an element, it will show in the properties tab. So, and by the right we have the project browser. The project browser consists of floor plans, ceiling plans, elevations and the likes. If I right click on my mouse, I can decide to hide the browser, project browser, hide it, and I can decide to show it again. Likewise the properties, I can decide to hide it and I can decide to show it again. So that's how that works. If you cannot find this, just right click and show it, just select it and it will come up. So on the top we have the access toolbars. We have architecture showing the wall, door, window, components, column, roof and the likes. We are still going to check them out. Then we have structure, because it's not only architects that use Revit. Engineers use Revit, like the structural engineer, the mechanical engineer, the plumbers and the like. They use Revit, including the electrical engineers. They make use of Revit to make their plans and drawings. So we have steel, precast, system and the likes. All of them are there. So basically we are going to be using architecture, the architecture toolbar. Now from these little buttons here from the project browser, if I go to south, I can see some levels. So we have the level 1 and the level 2. So to create these levels, I can simply click on this Once I click on it, you see the property of what I've clicked on. So it shows that I clicked on level. Now I can either create similar to create another level. Probably I want to go higher, maybe a 4 meter higher, or I come to my architecture tab and I create another level. So that's how to create a level from the south. The levels would have revised it on other parts of the elevations, like the north. My levels are already there, even including the newly created levels. The east, they are there, west, and the like, you see. So that's how Revit works. Whatever change you make on the plan, it would show in every other part of the project, like the elevations and the 3D. So Revit, it is coined from the word revise. It revises whatever thing you make. Unlike AutoCAD, that is just a 2D software. Even though it has been improved on and people now make 3D with AutoCAD, but it's still not as versatile as Revit. Now on level 1, if I go back to level 1 here, this tab, I would come to, if I come to wall, click on wall. Whenever you hover your mouse on any of the icon here, it will briefly explain what it is used for. Then if you leave your mouse there, it will further explain. So that's how it works. It's very easy to use. Just put your mouse and it will briefly explain. Then if you leave it there, it will further explain what each tool is used for. Now wall, it say, and the shortcut is written in brackets beside the WA. That's the shortcut. So it creates a non-structural wall in the building model. If I select this, it will instantly show me the property. So this is the property of the wall I selected. It's a basic generic wall, 200 mm. Now I don't want a basic generic wall 200 mm. I actually want a 225 mm wall. Now let me click this drop down menu if I can see other types of wall in this model. Yes, there are other types of wall, and I think I can see one generic 225 mm masonry wall. I don't want a masonry wall, I want a basic wall. So let me just use that, and then I can edit it to my taste. Now select this edit type. Once I select the edit type, it brings me this dialog box of type properties. Now I can duplicate this wall so that it doesn't change the existing generic wall in Revit, but I'm duplicating it so I can customize it to my own taste, and leaving what is already in Revit, then making my own. So let me duplicate this. It has automatically put 2 for me, but I don't want to name it this. I want to name it 225 mm wall. Okay, now I can edit the width when I select edit. So this is the thickness, so I can edit it to 225. Then I can edit the material as well. I'll select here and it will take me to the material browser. So this is the material browser where I can look for various materials that I can use for my wall. But also as well, I can create a new material by coming here. It creates and duplicate material. So click on this drop down and I can create a new material. That's default new material. If I right click, I can rename that to 225 mm wall material. If I click out somewhere around here, to show me the material is already there. So this is how the material would be if I put it in realistic mode, while this is how it would be if I put it in shaded. So but I don't like this color for my realistic mode. I want to change it to white. So I'll just click on this and I'll click on white. Okay, but it doesn't really bother me if the color is like this in shaded mode. It doesn't really bother me. For the realistic mode, I want it to be white. So I think I'm okay with the color and I can press OK. Now press OK. Okay, and I can draw my wall. just draw a simple wall. So now this is the wall. If I come to this little house up here, default 3D view, if I left click on it, it would show me the 3D of the wall. Scrolling using the middle, the center, what's it called, ball, or the center even in the mouse, you can scroll, you can zoom in and out. Likewise, you can bring this out. Full navigation wheel, if you drag it out, just click on it and you can orbit around. Likewise, you can zoom. Likewise, you can rewind to go back to whatever thing you are doing, and you can pan. So that's how the zoom and the navigation tool works. So I'm just explaining so you'll not be confused that what's she pressing that it's going in and out. So I'm pressing the middle part of the mouse to zoom in and out. I can as well use this, to rotate and the like. I can as well use that. So let's go back to what we are doing. So this is the 3D of the wall I created, and if I come to this little box down here, that's the visual style. If I select it by left clicking on it and I put it on shaded, that's how it looks. If I put it on wireframe, it looks like, you see like transparent something, you see through it. Hidden line, shaded, then consistent color looks like shaded, then realistic mode. In the realistic mode, it will show white, the white color we picked, you see. So that's how the realistic mode works, but let's just leave it as shaded. Now this is the wall. If I go to my south elevation, the wall is at 8 meters. Probably I don't want it to be at 8 meters. I want a 4-meter wall. Now select the wall and it will show the properties. On the property tab, I can change it from this unconnected. I can change it to maybe 4 meters, and the wall will change to 4 meters. Now I can also change it from this top constraint, and I can change it to, I want the wall to be up to level, okay, let me up to level 3. No, up to level 3. Let's just select that and it should go to level 3. So but if I change this level 3 to if I change the level 3 to maybe 9 meters, the wall will follow, because the wall has been joined, that has been connected to level 3. So wherever level 3 goes, the wall goes. Wherever level, even if level 3 comes down, the wall is coming down. If I decide to change this level 3 to maybe 2 meters, the wall will go to 2 meters. So because it has been connected to level 3, let me just return it to 8 meters. Now, but if I don't want it to get connected to level 3, I can just change that and select unconnected, and the wall will stay wherever I put it. Let me put it at 6 meters, and you see the wall up to 6 meters. So that is how walls and level worked. So in this lesson, we have learned we have done brief introduction on the Revit interface, showing the properties and the project browser, likewise showing the access toolbars, and we have done brief introduction on how to create wall and edit wall materials. So see you on the next one. Thank you.